All right, it is 9:30 on this Friday morning. Happy Friday, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us for another Small Towns Debrief. Great to have you here this morning. Emerson Lehmann alongside trusty photojournalist Shane Fitzsimmons, who is making his second on-camera debut
2 weeks
now.
in a row.
Did a pretty good job last week. Figured we'd have to bring you back, man.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
We had a good time. Always fun to sit here and talk about our small town stories that we've got going on. Shane and I have just had an absolute blast taking over this series. We were kind of going through it because we're starting to get toward the end of the year, wrapping up and preparing our small town special for New Year's. And we were kind of
pretty extensive list to
big list to
boil
go
down
through here, and we were talking about the different stories that we have been able to partake in, and just when you actually took over, and that was in May that you were kind of officially
March, April, May,
jumping onto the
sometime in there, yep.
Yeah. So Shane did some editing behind the scenes, kind of to get in the flow of everything, and then once we hit May, you really dove into it with our Project Angel Hug story, and then every week since then, it's just been go, 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 and we wouldn't want it any other way because we've had an incredible time. We were just up in Porterfield yesterday.
We were.
With an awesome story up there that is going to be airing in a few weeks.
Look for that one. That one's
stay tuned for that one.
On my short list.
Yeah,
sure.
that was quite a really cool experience. If you've never seen the manufacturing that goes into getting
lumber.
Yeah. It was quite the experience, and a really cool family story to that as well. So definitely make sure to join along and follow along for that, and just see what really goes on across Northeast Wisconsin. Some really fun stories that we've had the opportunity to share with you, and we're going to continue sharing those stories as well. So today we want to talk about our Small Towns episode that aired yesterday. We went to Algoma to meet Jay Livesey and his partner Brent and their pups there, and Jay has quite the cool opportunity coming up. He's going to be headed to the Westminster Kennel Club Dog Show in February. He's one of the top 5 breeders and handlers in the nation for
quite a road to get there.
Cavalier King Charles Spaniels. Quite the road to get there. So we want to show some photos here. This is Jay's pup Gilbert hanging out there. That's who's going to be competing with Jay at Westminster. And again, a Cavalier King Charles Spaniel. Just an incredible pup. He's one of 6 that were out there running around as we've got some photos.
He talked a lot about how they're all trying to breed a dog to meet a standard.
A standard set by the American Kennel Club, right?
Yep.
Gilbert, I would say, I don't know what the standard is, Shane. I'm not an expert.
But I was happy to hang out with him.
I had a great time hanging out with them. As we see here, looking at some other photos, they really enjoy bubbles. Learned that.
And just look at the facilities. This is right in their own backyard.
A really cool facility, yeah. So right there, a beautiful home, and they've got that turf out there, and they said that helps them keep the dogs clean. It keeps everything else clean. I could not stress enough how well of an operator for someone who has not seen this up close before, but each dog has their own little small spacious kennel where they've got their own food dish and everything. Just the hygiene, everything. When you think, oh my gosh, 6 dogs, that's a lot to handle, but they have such a pristine operation.
And it smelled amazing.
It really did. It really did. I was just blown away by the scent. It was fantastic. Perfect aroma. But it was quite the experience to see all of that there and take all that in. And if you haven't seen this full story yet, look in the comment section of this video right now, and we just posted the link in there. Maybe hang out with us still, and then once we wrap up, click that link and go watch the story. But we're going to keep going through some of these photos that we've got here. This is the invite that Jay received. He showed us that. He said he's going to be getting that in a frame and hanging that up, because
it was
not every
right about
day.
this moment when you asked him, did you ever think that you'd be holding this invite? And he said never.
Absolutely not. So cool. He started in 2011 on a whim. He was going to get a dog, and the lady said, would you be interested in showing them? He said, oh, what the heck, I'll give it a try.
He started with just a pet, the breed he was interested in. It was a pet for him, and snowballed into
what it is today now. It's just incredible.
And kind of a reoccurring theme, Emerson, that we seem to come on to is folks just taking their passions to a really high level.
really, really high level, and that's so fun to see because it shows the dedication that people have for it. It shows the ability that they have to kind of take these tasks and be as good as they can be. And obviously Westminster, when people hear dog shows, that's
probably the only one I've ever heard of.
That's the only one I've ever heard of. So for him to go, he's had so much success on the local level.
Yeah.
And now to turn that around and go to the national, international level really is just incredible.
When you get to it, we do have a picture of some of the awards that he's won along the way. Did you pull that one in?
I don't know that I have that one in
No?
here, but
Okay.
I can grab it in 1 second. As we're going
It might be interesting to show because you mentioned when we saw all those awards that a lot of these things, these competitions were happening locally.
Yes, a lot of them locally. This is Jay sitting down in the chair on the left there, his partner Brent. They've been really working at this together since 2011, and it was so cool, Shane, to sit there and talk with Brent, who had such good things to say about Jay and just really talked about the process and kind of being by his side and not only watching him help show these dogs, but raising them from puppies.
And I think his comment was he couldn't imagine a life without dogs because they had brought so much joy into their home.
So much joy. It brought us a lot of joy as you check this photo out right here. Shane, how happy were you?
They were coming for a visit.
They were coming for a visit, and they were so intrigued by the big camera.
Yep.
One of them kept trying to untie my shoes. There's something about little animals. When we went out to the Mulberry farm,
Yeah, the pigs.
the pigs were trying to untie my shoes too. So that was something about little small animals trying to untie shoelaces. But yeah, they were very intrigued in the camera there, and you were able to hang out with them. And you mentioned those awards. We were able to get that photo here. Look at all these.
Yeah.
And most of those were from the Midwest. There were a couple from different areas down in Florida and whatnot, but most of those, I remember seeing one from Menasha, one from Manitowoc, Sheboygan. So a lot of local shows.
If it's something folks want to get involved in, you can do it right in your own backyard.
Absolutely, absolutely. And some may wonder, wow, they train those dogs outside. How do they do it during the winter? We had to show this too. A little dog pacer. It's a treadmill that they throw them on to help make sure that they can get their walks in and stay active and move around. So really cool to see that. Love that. So much fun. Really cool story. Really, really fun story to share. We cannot thank Jay and Brent enough for welcoming us into their homes and just showcasing their wonderful puppies.
We'll have to do a follow-up.
Definitely. I was texting him last night. He texted us thanking us for an awesome story, and I said, I can't wait to hear about your awesome experience and how Westminster goes.
When is that show?
Coming up in February.
Yeah.
So end of January
We'll
into
have to
February.
look back into that.
So we will be able to hopefully bring you an update on Action 2 News, and we want to preview next week as well because we're already working hard, ready for next week's story, and we want to share that with you all as well. So I'm just finding the photo right here. 1 second. Stand by with me. We're not going to share too much about it, but it involves horses.
We're on an animal theme.
We're on an animal theme right now. And we're having fun. And I really like this one. And you were working on it yesterday.
And I'll tell you what, having the dogs come up and say hello is a little different experience than having a horse come say hello.
Yeah. I got to feed the horse. Mm-hmm. And that was new for me. I'm checking off a lot of things off my bucket list with small towns, and I appreciate the series for allowing me to do that. But horses are thoroughbred horses.
I didn't realize how big they were.
They are ginormous. This one is no exception. We are going to introduce you to Breezy next week on Small Towns Action 2 News at 6. Make sure to tune in for that. We cannot wait to share that story with you.
Do we maybe want to talk about Westminster a little bit? Do we want to talk about the event that this horse has ties to through its sire, or do we want to give that away just yet?
I'll let people know. You've heard of the Kentucky Derby. There's a connection.
There's a connection here.
There's a connection that you will learn about, but you have to watch Small Towns next week to learn about that. So that's a nice deep tease for you. You've got a week to think about that connection there. So yeah, make sure to tune in. Make sure to tune in for that. Make sure to keep tuning in for these debriefs as well. We like to come chat for 10 to 15 minutes and let you all know what we're kind of working on. We're actually headed out the door right after this for another story that we're excited to share, hopefully coming up in December. So make sure to keep following along with us, and we'll keep bringing you all of these stories. And I want to show folks as well, as we head over to our other website here. So we're going to cut to here and show you all. There we go. I'm playing director and anchor
doing a great
right now,
job.
so we're moving around.
You're
If
doing
you
a
look
great
in the
job.
top left up here, it says small towns. I'm on the wrong one. There we go. There we go. If you look at the top left up here and it says small towns, you can go to our WBAY.com, click on small towns. That'll take you to every story that Shane and I have done over the last year. We've had some really fun ones in here. It goes all the way back through Jeff Alexander and Michael Bergman doing their stories as well. Some really fun stories that we've had the chance to be a part of. So go check those out.
If you missed any,
Go back and go check them out. There's some really special ones that we've really enjoyed showcasing for all of you. So please go check them out. Some really amazing stories to share across Northeast Wisconsin, and we're excited to continue doing it because, let me tell you, every time a story airs, we get ideas for 2 new ones, and the list keeps growing, and I love that because it gives us new communities, new people to meet, new places to see, and we're having a lot of fun doing it.
Great time.
Please continue to watch. Please continue to follow along. If you've got ideas, leave them in the comment section here of this video. You can email us. My email is elehmann@wbay.com. And yeah, just partake, be a part of it. We want to hear from you. If you know someone, if you know something that's really cool that makes your community special, let us know. And there's a good chance we'll end up getting in contact with you and being there.
The last 2 stories we worked on was because somebody called in and said, you might be interested in this.
You might be interested in this. And we were able to do our research then and say, yep, let's go check it out. So love doing it. We've had so much fun doing it. We're going to continue to do it, and really appreciate you all following along as well, being a part of that. So thanks so much for partaking, joining along, and we will see you all coming up next Thursday. Next Friday we won't have one of these debriefs, but we will have a small town. So make sure to tune in for that. Really appreciate it. Take a live look now at Lambeau on this Friday afternoon because Packers play the Vikings, Shane, coming up on Sunday. That's going to be a big one.
Going to be a big one.
Have a great week, everybody.